In this movie, I want to create the enemy navigation behavior. That is, I want to make this NPC character navigate around this navigation mesh to reach a destination point. Effectively, I want to piece together the whole patrolling functionality. Now, to get started at doing that, I'm going to create a completely new and empty game object. I'm going to choose game object and then choose create empty. I will name this destination, like so, and press enter on the keyboard. And I'm going to put this down somewhere near to the ground. So maybe somewhere around about there for now. And so that I can see this when I deselect the object inside the viewport here. In fact, I might just raise that up just a bit more, like so. I'm going to move to the object inspector, click on the cube icon, and then select this orange tag to make the object visible inside the viewport. So we now have this destination object, and I want the NPC to chase this. Effectively, we're going to be creating a waypoint system. Now, you might think that to create a waypoint system for the patrolling behavior, that I'll need to create several different versions of this destination object for each of the different waypoints, but there's another way to achieve this, and I want to show you how we can do that in this video here. So I've got the destination object, and to make the NPC chase this object, I'm going to need to create a new script file here. So I'm going to move down to the project panel and right click and choose create and then choose C# script. Now I'm going to name this object AI enemy and press enter on the keyboard, and I'll drag and drop that script onto the Ethan character here. So when I select Ethan, you can see that we not only have the line of sight functionality that we had previously, we have the NavMesh agent, and in addition to that, we have the AI enemy character. Now I will double click to load this into MonoDevelop here. And so we have our new script file. And I want to start coding the functionality that's going to navigate the enemy around the mesh. So to code the AI enemy class, I'm going to need to store a reference to primarily two variables. One is going to be a reference to the NavMesh agent component that gives us access to the navigation mesh functionality. The other is going to be a reference to the patrol destination, which is the destination that we should reach. So I'm going to create two new variables. The first one is going to be a reference to the NavMesh agent attached to the object, and I'm going to call that this agent. It's going to equal the initial value of null. And I want to change the start function to awake so that when the object is created, I'm going to get a reference to that component. So it's going to be this agent equals get component, and I'm going to get access here to the NavMesh agent. Now, the second object that I want to get a reference to is the destination that we should be chasing. So I'm going to add in a second variable here, which is going to be public transform, and I'm going to choose patrol destination. Again, it will equal the initial variable or value of null. Now inside the update function, I want to call upon the NavMesh agent to chase the patrol destination. To do that, I'm going to select this agent dot set destination. So we have a function here. You can see from the prototype that we have set destination, and it takes an argument of vector3, which is simply the position that we should reach. So I'm going to choose set destination here, and it's going to be patrol destination dot position. And I'm going to complete that statement and press Ctrl S on the keyboard to save that code and minimize MonoDevelop. When I select the Ethan character, you can see in the AI enemy script, we have patrol destination. I'm going to drag and drop the destination object into that field to specify this object here as the destination to reach. And when I press play on the toolbar, you can see that the enemy character again moves to that destination. Let's just stop playback for one moment and drag and drop the game tab so that we can see the scene and the game side by side. If I press play on the toolbar here, and then I grab the destination object, as I move that object around, the enemy will continually move to chase that, and it will not only chase it, but it will do so intelligently, that is, by avoiding obstacles in the scene. It will not simply walk through pillars, but it will walk around them. So we now have the ability to chase this destination object, but this is still quite some way from patrolling behavior. What I want to do is to have the enemy object move to one destination point and then move to the next. And we'll see how to get started with that in the next video.